Hello, I'm Murray Newlands at South by Southwest here in Austin, Texas with
Ewan Spence. Hello, welcome to Austin. It's a delightful, drizzly 17 degrees Celsius outside, so it feels rather like a British summer.
What are your thoughts on South by?
South by is a melting pot. It's very, very rare to get a big win out of South by. I know that legends say that Twitter came here and suddenly happened, but they did do 9 months of prep before that. And then Foursquare did a huge explosion as well, but in actual fact, it was just the bit of Twitter that was missing. So legend states that you can come here and launch and be huge, but in actual, I mean, it's like South by Southwest number 9 for me. So you don't get a big win. What you get is you can get lots of small wins out of here. You can get lots of one-to-one FaceTime with journalists, with press, with users, with VCs, with investment ins, with angels, and Series A, Series B, and Series C. All of these people are here. The advantage of South by is that you get everybody who's part of the ecosystem in one place. And when you put them in one place, apply some liberal use of alcohol, or in the case of Texas Shiner Bock, which passes for alcohol, strange, amazing things happen. Ideas get shared. People start sparking off each other that they wouldn't normally do. And the win for South by is actually when you get back and then you spend 24 hours recovering over the jet lag and the detox. The day after that, you realise that you have an ideas bank full of sparks and ideas because you have been remembering to take notes as you've been going along. Good. Right. You've got all those ideas. You've got a huge contact database. And you find that if you came in here thinking, right, I've got an idea for something, or I want to just try an alpha or something, you find that you've probably just slightly changed direction. But you've changed direction for the better because you've had one of the biggest alpha geek tests ever.
So, I mean, this show we've got Randy Zuckerberg Media, creating content for brands such as PayPal. What are some of the other things that you've seen at this show so far?
In terms of exciting things, this is everybody refining ideas. So I think one of my favourite talks so far has been a talk from the adult fans of Lego.
Okay.
Not because I'm a great fan of Lego, which I am. It's because they were talking about what do you do when your community, the people who are using your product, are smarter than you. Okay. The majority of people who build Lego are smarter than the people who make Lego. But the people who make Lego have got a very, very narrow definition of what they can do. So, for example, they're talking about what can you do when you have somebody that decides to make the dark bucket.
Okay.
Now, the dark bucket was a bucket of 100 minifigs, 99 of which would be Stormtroopers and 1 Darth Vader, that all the adult fans of Lego wanted Lego to make. But Lego, of course, they know the license restrictions, they know the construction costs, they know how much it would be. They're knowing that they could never make this. And this is just one example of how they worked with their fans to steer ideas, to take ideas, to involve them in a community. And the amount of practical lessons that anybody could have got out of that session was absolutely huge. One of the important things at South by Southwest is to say yes to almost everything. So if there's a panel that you're not sure about, say yes to it. If there's an event that you're not sure about, say yes to it, because you might just bump into somebody there who goes, I know, we'll put you in front of the camera and get you to talk about entrepreneurship, and Murray would have no idea what comes up. South by is the way to do South by for me is to act like a sponge, to take everything in, and when you get home, see what you've got. And the thing, it takes a great leap of confidence to do that on the first time. But having been around the block a couple of times, having seen the effects that it has on companies, on entrepreneurs, on individuals, on VCs, on investors, you find that you actually will come away with some great information, some great contacts, friends that you make for life, a business address book that you will be able to cash in on over the next 12 months. That's where the value of South by is, and that's where the win is.
And for example, we don't generally meet, we don't generally cross fields, but we've got to know each other by going to this conference and other similar conferences, and actually we're able to spark ideas off each other, and that's one of the benefits of South by. It's a very broad community.
You take that and realise that's a one-to-one connection. Now, you've got the best part of 17 to 18,000 people here at Interactive. That's a lot of one-to-ones, that's a lot of sparking. And by the end of South by, the sort of what's going to be big for the next year will have bubbled up to the surface in a sort of crowd optimized way of one person talking to another person. You do that multiple times over 5 or 6 days, over tens of thousands of people. You generally find at the end of the day, everybody's kind of knowing what the next big thing is. You know, wearables are kicking around at the moment. That's an obvious one, but you still have the idea of working with your communities. You still have the idea of social media. You still have the idea of ease of use as well. And we have to remember that, you know, a lot of the things that entrepreneurs are doing, certainly in the mobile space, which I'm familiar with, they're all still invariably techie and tweaky and things. You know, you want something that works as easy as a remote control, or something as easy as you just point and click at a video camera, and the video camera will be fine. What you can't have is you don't move your head when I'm doing that. You spoil it. Tech needs to be made simpler than that. And the advantage you have South by now is that you have you don't have just the alpha geeks coming in. You have the different levels of people coming in, which is why it's just a great place to spark off. The other caller is, if your app doesn't work here in a crowd that's going to be open to it, and it just doesn't quite work, or you have all the geeks going, this is a little bit complicated to use,
then you know
that's a really big sign to go away and try again.
Hey, people want to find out more information about you and connect with you. How do they do that? Where do they find you?
Easiest starting point will be Twitter, twitter.com/Ewan, Echo Whiskey Alpha November, Ewan Spence on Facebook, and ewanspence.com as well for the old traditional website, people.
Ewan, thank you very much. Have a great show.
Indeed, thank you. You too, Murray. Enjoy yourself. Do watch out with the rain, though, here, because it does have a tendency to bleach out peroxide, and we wouldn't want you to start looking like Billy Idol.
Ewan, thank you very much. Murray Newlands at South by Southwest. I'll see you next time.